there'll be showers of blessing. I believe we've already got some of that this afternoon. But yeah, this morning we didn't. We're high and dry. All right. Good to see everybody here tonight. Hope you have a good afternoon. Hope the rain's going to help you a little bit. All right, let's all stand as we sing in our hymn book tonight, church hymn book, page 359, Leaning Over the Everlasting Arms.
Mountain of sin.
Just a sinner was I, far away from my Savior, with no hope of reward at the end of the way. But the Savior came down, and He gave me His favor. Now I'm singing His praise. When He saved me that day, I'm taking out time. I'm taking to the place where the Lord saved me. That wonderful grace. But I cannot tell you how, and I cannot tell you why. But tell me all about it in the by and by. Well, hallelujah. Amen. Well, there's something on that one. We don't incorporate that one into our number one song. Amen. All right, on the last now. I can never forget when He spoke to me gently in the mountain of life. There's a balm for your soul. So I heeded His voice. He was speaking intently through His marvelous grace. I am happy and I can take down the time. I can take you to the place where the Lord saved me. My wonderful grace. But I cannot tell you how, and I cannot tell you why. But you tell me all about it in the by and by. Hey, we're going to sing that last verse one more time. Oh, the last one more time. All right. I can never forget when He spoke to me gently in the mountain of life. There's a balm for your soul. So I heeded His voice. He was speaking intently through His marvelous grace. I am happy and whole. I can tell you now the time. I can take you to the place where the Lord saved me. By His wonderful grace. But I cannot tell you how, and I cannot tell you why. But tell me all about it in the by and by. Ready for the six? No, my name is ready for the six. Amen. Why stop? What are you doing good? Ready for the six. My name is in the book of life. Oh, bless the name of Jesus. Our God above with announcements. Don't forget tomorrow night, our Bible class resumes back in classes, starting at 6:30, the preacher's hour, then our hour at the 7:30, the book of Acts, the British class at 8:30, the book of Romans. And also, may I remind you, tomorrow night we are having a test. T-E-S-T, test. Now remember, class, we gave you the answers last Monday night, or a week ago. We gave you all the answers to the questions. So it's not just to show how good you are that you win all. We want you to learn something. Yeah, amen. We want you to learn. So hey, show up tomorrow night and be with us, and we'll have a good time in the Amen.
Praise the Lord. Good to see everybody in church tonight. Y'all glad you're saved? Say amen. And that was good singing tonight. Amen. Especially with the crowd off like this. Y'all did a great job. I'd like to just say hats off to these three young ladies right here. They were just singing their hearts out. And I'm talking about some harmony too, guys. That was good, man. That's why I made Brother Charles singing that song. I just want to hear y'all sing some more. Amen. I'm serious. I told Brother Jesse, I said, listen to them three girls right there. I was coming down the aisle during that first song or second song, and I got their cue and I just stopped and I thought, man, that's a little bit of what heaven's going to be like. Hey, I want to thank everybody who helped today with our roundup day. It was a tremendous blessing. I had a young lady get saved. I guess it was a young lady, I'm not sure, on the Villarica bus on the way home. Was it a young lady? Little boy. Thank you, Jeremy. I was looking for you, couldn't find you. You blended in back there. Amen. Little boy got saved on the Villarica bus on the way home. What's that blessing? It's been a great day. We have a beautiful wedding for Brother Nathan Avery this afternoon and Miss Brittany. That went really well. But it is good to be back in church tonight. And again, thank everybody who helped today, just getting kids on and off the horses. And I may not be a big deal to a lot of people, but some of those kids, that's the only opportunity they will ever get to do something like that. And those kids had a blast. And I would like to say good job, Brother Chris. Brother Clint got him on the bucket machine and could not throw him. I told him he had Elmer's glue in his back pocket. Anyway, what a blessing. Miss Christie had a birthday on Friday. Happy birthday. Give her a hand. Amen. She had a sure enough birthday here just a few weeks ago, a month or so ago, when she got born again. Amen. So thank God for that. Amen. Now, let's have our ushers. Brother David, you need to come and receive this evening's offering. Amen. Bryson had his birthday. Where's he at? I don't even see him. Stand up there. Yeah, happy birthday, brother. Can we give a birthday whooping? Yes, sir. Oh, I think that'd be good. Do it right here in church, in front of everybody. I think that'd be a blessing. And then give him a red belly, and what else can we give him? We can cook him up tonight. Amen. Let's bow our heads. We'll ask the Lord to bless our offering tonight. Okay. Brother Timothy, how about you, brother?
Jesus, thank you so much for another day, Lord. Thank you for everything you've given us. Thank you for letting us be able to come to your house tonight. Bless the service tonight. Bless the preacher that's going to stand in the preach, Lord. Bless this offering, Lord. Thank you for the fellowship today, and thank you for a good day. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, kids, come on. We'll get the change. Offering change for the children's ministry. Come on. Everybody's got loose change for the children's ministries. Hold up your hand. Keep them up till they get to you. Go. Y'all play a little bit. And turn around and shake somebody's hand. But it's good to see you in church tonight. Chris. Come on, you borrow a second a little bit. Come on, kids. Hey, while they're getting ready to sing, I got bombarded during fellowship. Somebody said Donna Massey had a birthday. And, who else? Who told me? Sheila Mann had a birthday. We're getting too old for that stuff. Who else was it? Megan had a birthday? Who? Laney had a birthday. There she is. Everybody had a birthday, okay? Give them a hand.
He knows how much fun
Amen. Good singing, kids. I enjoyed that. Y'all come on down, kids. Amen. Good to see Brother Jack come sliding in 35 minutes late. I'm just glad you made it. Amen. Why don't you come on up and get ready to sing? Ship ahoy. Ship ahoy. Hey, they're the ones clapping. Tell them you need some money. Amen. Love Brother Jack. Appreciate you. What a blessing. What a blessing. We got to, Lord allowed us to do something pretty unique. I'm trying to remember how far back it was. But Jack, you lost some weight? Yeah. 70 pounds. Look good, brother. Amen. Looking good, feeling good. Amen. You fit in the chair now. Amen. Amen. What I was going to say back a few months ago, I don't really know how long it's been now. Brother Jack's having some work done on the place over in Alabama, and had a group of Amish kids came all the way from Pennsylvania, wasn't it, Brother Jack? 30 of them volunteered to came and worked on. I mean, they worked like dogs too. But Brother Jack had me come over, and several of us went and preached to those Amish kids. Never had an opportunity to do nothing like that before. Brother Jack, I never did tell you how much I appreciated that. That was a blessing, and they were very, very receptive. That was just a neat deal, amen. But we know Brother Jack and what he does for people that nobody cares a flip about. That's the kind of people we like to reach, amen. Come on, preacher, sing to us. Can you get up and lead a shoehorn?
You ain't gonna pull it up. Hey Keith, come on up here. We went good before that. I told a guy the other day, I told him, I said, you look like you're so skinny, you've been through a famine. He said, Daddy, you're so big, you look like you're the cause of it, amen. I got me an Al-Qaeda here, opposite. This is my real nephew, great nephew, Keith. I got Brother Marty back there. Brother Marty stand up. And Brother Marty, 17 years RV tech. And getting some things focused in his life, he's looking out, and he's my maintenance guy and serial killer. If I don't like you, he'll take you out. But he's from the rescue mission up in Columbus, and so we've had a lot of them come through there. Amish are coming back. 4 years ago, Dougie's thrown my building all apart, and I was told to give it back to the bank. Guys, I ain't giving nothing back to the guys. We'll fix it. We are the farmers. They forgot to farm. Good commercial, but a lie. Anyways, but you don't do I get a witness? Anyways, we've been fixing up. We got one more dorm to go. I'm trying to raise about 8,000 to get it fixed, and bringing in bunk beds, washers, and dryers, bringing in more men. And they don't have a dime; they come free of charge. And so that's what I'm about. So that's what I'm on the road for. Raising them. But my sister, before she died, she said, "I want you to look after my grandson." She told me that on Friday. She died on Monday. And so this is her grandson. Now tomorrow I'm going to take him to Zebulon. I'm going back to Alabama and then take him to Zebulon, Georgia. He's got to go to jail tomorrow. He's going to turn himself in. He's got some warrants. And when they get to the warrants, Uncle Jack will come back and try to get him out. And he's reachable. Called to preach, got with the wrong crowd. You young folks, look up here. You need to listen to your pastor. You need to listen to the associate pastor. And quit trying to be cool with the things of this old world. I know all the short teens are coming out, the red hair, the green hair. Get out of my face, okay? I don't want to hear it, okay? And they're trying to look goofy, and the progressives are out there getting on them. You need to shut your phone off, get off of Facebook. You want to stay on Facebook, that's fine. Just don't look like Facebook, okay? Amen, Brother Jack. Amen right there. Now, my guys come in like that. I make fun of them. They say, Brother Jack, I've been blind. I've been blind. And I did things in my body I thought I'd never do. But I got with the wrong crowd. And Brother Keith he's a good kid when he's sleeping, amen? And
my name's Keith. I'm from my county.
oh, by the way, his pastor is Joe Off.
Brother Joe's my pastor.
Put that microphone
Well, I guess it all started for me. Like, I learned some stuff about myself. Like, as I was a child, I was born into a broken home. His sister adopted me, and my grandpa, she passed away, like you said, in 05. And I've been over that program before in the past, and then it was like, that's when I was called to preach, and I was called to preach with brother in Kentucky, but brother Connecticut, Vince Massey was preaching, and I was called to preach, but I backslid and started running from God, and then an incident happened with me and my wife, and defects came in my life and took my kids and told me, said, well, you pass your drug test and get yourself straight and you can get your kids back. And so I did that without no rehab, no NA, and nothing like that. I just got into the church, my local church, and I did good for I'd say a year and a half. My dad passed away. It broke my heart. He wasn't never really there with me, my best friend. He'd been up to normal drugs, but sleep, burnt my granddad's house down. That was just 3 years ago. And I've been clean for doing good, helping in Sunday school and stuff. And my church and it was just that pain, man. I never fixed it. I just knew it was nasty, you know what I'm saying? Never dealt with, things in my past, And I backslid and got some more trouble. And I'm tired of running, just tired of running. I get myself together. I'm 32 years old. I got a beautiful daughter and a stepson. And I just need to be a good father. I'm ready to turn myself in. And if any guy remember, Bobby runs these Georgia boys right here running them to the death. I mean, to the death trying to find them. And it's it's a big step for me to turn myself in, So I'm kind of feeling like it's weight on my shoulder.
Amen. You can tell him he's been running with the hand, mind you. You'll catch that later on. Back in 1965, there was a gang fight in Detroit, and he wasn't even born yet. And my sister lost a son and a daughter in a fire. They were 3 and 5 years old. That's been the heartache of the Patterson family. But the 2 little kids getting burned in fire. About 20 of us got saved. Because Beach and Vic come knocking on our door from Temple Baptist Church, one of the Baptist churches used to be soul-winning churches. I said soul-winning churches. And my whole entire family got saved. Now, I didn't get saved until I got down to Dr. Rupert. I got saved. I got out of jail, went down to Florida, got saved in Pensacola, never came back to Detroit. Went to minister. I've been gone from Detroit 47 years. Didn't miss it a bit. But that boy's daddy was the last son of one more son in that family, and he died in a crack fire.
Oh no!
So that family suffered a lot. And my sister told me, she said, Jack, I used to get you out of jail, and I never told Mom. I said, yeah, I know. I said, you bailed me out many times when I was 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, stealing cars, driving trains. And she said, I never told Mom. She said, you owe me something. Look after my nephew, my grandson when I'm gone.
Yes.
I'm keeping that promise. Amen. Don't you give up on people. Don't give up on them. I know you want to jab slap them once in a while, but don't give up on them. Okay? If you can help us, I appreciate your monthly support. And I've got a whole flood of them one in, but I'm not ready for them yet. I want the lights all turned back on. I want the water running. I want them to have a nice mattress and blankets and pillows and have a good time. You send me a boy, he won't get treated right. And I've taken a bunch out of this church. And more than that. 65, I ain't done yet. So, amen. Let's crank it up. Who's playing? Solo. Oh, I can't do it solo. Who can play it? Come on. Come on. Who's this? A song in there? Can you do it? Can you do it? Man, Chips ahoy. Well, I told my nephew, my other nephew John, and he kept messing with these girls, and I told him, I said, girls quit messing with that boy. He's got HIV. So he got me back many years ago. This is my uncle. He's been eating too many Chips ahoy. By the way, that boy went to going to prison. I got him out. He got right with God. He went to Afghan 2 tours. 40 years old, living for God. Amen. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Get you a good finish. Get a good finish. I was drifting away on life's pitiless sea. At the end, away from wretched, my ruin to be. And way at my side, there I dimly descried a stately vessel, and loudly I cried, ship ahoy, and loudly I cried, ship ahoy. The old ship of Zion, thus sailing along, all amorous and joyous, I heard their sweet song, and the captain's kind ear, ever ready to hear, caught my wail of distress as I cried out in fear. Ship ahoy, as I cried out in fear. Ship ahoy. The good captain commanded a big boat to be moored, and with tender compassion he took me on board, and I'm happy today. All of my sins washed away in the blood of my Savior, and now I can say, bless the Lord, from my soul I can say, bless the Lord. Oh, so seeking down me sin's merciless way, the strong arm of our captain, he's mighty to save. Yet trust him today, no longer delay, for the old ship of Zion, and shout on me away. Jesus said, I'm on the shout along the way. Jesus saves. Before many years ago, I flew into remote Spencer, Indiana. And I kept him out of prison. I talked to the judge. And the judge said, you ought to be a lawyer. I said, no, I like working for a living. None of the lawyers laughed. But that little girl went back home and told her boss what I did. She didn't know me. He said, how much did he charge you? He didn't charge me nothing. And that guy had to come and speak to his shop, about 2,000 people. And about a month after that, I had 8, 9, 10 Amish boys in my program. They were all Amish people. I've had over 60 Amish people in my program. And the Amish are like mafia. They don't forget. And they've helped me through the years. Build buildings, never charged me nothing. So they're coming back again in 3 weeks. I got to get ready for them. If you can help, I appreciate it. I need electricians and plumbers immediately. And I thank God for Brother Wyatt. And he's my dear friend. He ain't much, but he's all I got.
Appreciate Brother Jack Patterson. Ain't the two people alive on this planet that I'd even want to hear sing that song. That's Jack Patterson and Buddy Blanchard. And I love both of those men dearly. Appreciate you, Brother Jack. Appreciate you coming over. Keith, I don't know where you went, but there you are. We'll be praying for you, buddy. We'll be praying for you. Lord, I honor you doing right. You'll honor that, brother. I believe that. Amen. So y'all, what's your last name, Keith? Terrell. Terrell? One person. Sorrel. Got it. Got 15 people telling me what it is. I couldn't understand. Y'all put him on the prayer sheet. Put him on the prayer list. Pray for him. Turn to Acts chapter number 26. Acts chapter number 26. While you're turning there, if anybody needs a job, they're having a job fair in Villa Rica on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So I don't know what the jobs are. Anyway, starts out like $11 an hour. Sister Edwina's got a stack of these if you're interested. I'll lay one down here. If somebody needs a job, there it is. All right? Acts chapter number 26. I'm not going to preach long. I'm absolutely give out. It has been a long day, and it's been a hot day. But yesterday at the house, I was in the middle of doing something after the parade. And by the way, thank you for the few that showed up to help with the parade yesterday. I don't know how many tracts we handed out. Anybody know? A lot, at least a couple thousand, if not more. And man, the town was so receptive yesterday. It seems like, Brother Freddie, I don't know, but it seems like it gets better and better every year. They pulled the fast one on us this year, Brother Charles. They changed the parade route. I started walking this way and got down here to town, and I thought, man, where's the parade? It was over there on the other side of the tracks. I had to go catch up. But anyway, it was just a real good time and blessing, and talked to a lot of folks yesterday, and it was great. Amen. Next year, we're not much on committees around here, but we're going to form a parade committee, and next year we want to float, and we want an ark. That's what we want. Amen. And put the ark in the parade, and me and Brother Freddie's going to pray that right at the end of the parade, it rains. You don't have our sense of humor, do you? Amen. I think that'd be pretty cool. Acts chapter number 26. If you're there, say amen. I had this on my mind yesterday simply because of somebody that I talked to. And I was thinking when I got home after the conversation that I had, I was thinking about this message. I preached it back, I don't know, several years ago, and I hadn't even thought about it, but it came to my mind. And I thought, I probably can't even find the notes on that. And I got a little box I keep outlines and stuff in. And I opened that box up and picked up one piece of paper in there. It was. And I just felt like, I don't believe in the fickle finger of fate and all that. But I believe the Lord had me going in this direction. I'm going to read 2 verses in Acts chapter number 26. You got to understand, this is talking about the Apostle Paul. You got to understand where he's at. Keith, I had no idea he was going to be here tonight. But he's in trouble. You ever been in trouble? When Keith was testifying tonight, I noticed 2 words kept running together. Backslid, trouble.
Yeah.
Every time he'd say I backslid, I got in trouble. I didn't get enough help right there. Every time you say I backslid, I got in trouble. Every time you walk away or get away from God, trouble is coming. Amen. You cannot do it on your own. But Paul wasn't in that kind of trouble. I've had people in jail before tell me, say, "Boy, I feel like the Apostle Paul." I said, "No, man, you deserve to be in there. You robbed the store."
Yeah.
The Apostle Paul was in there for preaching. Amen. So anyway, backsliding always leads to trouble. But Paul is not backsliding. He's right with God. But then Agrippa said unto Paul in verse number 1, "Thou art permitted to speak for thyself." And then Paul stretched forth the hand and answered for himself. I want you to notice that these 4 words right here. Here's what Paul said to the king, who is about to pass judgment on him, he said, I think myself happy, King Agrippa, because I shall answer for myself this day before thee touching all the things whereof I am accused of the Jews. Paul is in a jail situation. He is in a court situation, if you will. He's standing before the king to be having sentence passed on him. And the king looks at this man who is in jail for nothing but preaching the gospel of Christ. And here's what the king says basically. Okay, son, what do you got to say for yourself? What do you got to say for yourself? Well, king, I think myself happy. What have I got to say for myself? I just tell you, I'm happy. Can you imagine the look on old Agrippa's face? Paul didn't stick his finger in his face and said it ain't fair. By the way, he goes on and preaches to it. Old boy comes all around getting saved, but he don't. Paul looks at the king who's judging him and said, I think myself happy. Talked to a fella yesterday, right down here in the street, Brother Charles. I said, how you doing? He said, Brother Eddie, how you doing? I said, you having health problems? He said, no. He said, I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy. Even today, I had a conversation with someone pretty dear to me. And I said, you don't look happy. She said, there's just a lot going on. She began to weep. My heart. Nobody knows that I'm preaching this message. The Bible said in Psalms 144, happy is that people whose God is the Lord. Let me say it again. Happy is that people whose God is the Lord. Did you know that the devil can rob your joy and your happiness without you backsliding? Amen. Did you know the devil can take your joy? You ain't got to be out living in sin to lose your joy. You lose your joy sitting right here on the church pew. You lose your joy sitting through the Bible classes on Monday night. You lose your joy going to visitation, working a bus route every week. Hey, you can lose your happiness. How? Life. Life will swell up on you, won't it, Brother Jack? Yes, sir. What happens is trouble will come, or a situation will arise, and the devil will magnify it and magnify it and magnify it to where it's bigger than God. Amen. And it's all you can see is what's wrong. I'm not making light of anybody's trouble or anybody's trial. We all go through those days, but Lord, help us to get in a place where we can stare it in the face. I'm talking about the dilemma or the downtrodden time or the hard time. Be able to look it in the face and say, you know what? I think myself happy. Are we okay tonight?
That's good, preacher.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to preach this message, but before I do, I want to ask you this question. I want you to be honest. Don't answer me out loud. I want you to answer it to yourself. Look deep down. Are you happy? Are you happy? I don't know how many times Sarah's sitting there going, yep. I like that. She didn't have to think about it. Yep, I'm happy. I don't know how many times I've sat in my office and had a couple, husband and a wife, sit across from me, and this statement has been made in 25 years of ministry. I've heard this statement in marriage counseling over and over and over and over. I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy. In a time or two, I've had liberty to say something like you're too self-absorbed.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir. That's right.
promised that we're going to be happy all the time. There are going to be days it's just hard. But if you're saved, at the end of that day, you're still a child of God. You're still on your way to heaven when you die. Again, Lord, help us to look in the face of whatever it is and say, you're not taking me down. By the grace of God and with the help of the good Holy Ghost, I am not going down on your shoulders. I am not going down at your hand. I am going to find my joy and I'm going to find my happiness and I'm going to look you in the eyeball and say, hey, I'm happy. Get over it. We are living, and I'm hearing it over and over and over, and it kills my soul, Brother Precious, about teenagers. Girls, little girls this age right here. How old are you? 13, man? Oh. Can't give you too long. The first two. Girls their age. Taking their own life. I'm talking about girls who grew up in a church like this, who sang in a youth choir like that. And something comes along and tells them that they're worthless and they have nothing to live for. Mama and Daddy go absolutely crazy and do stuff that an adolescent child wouldn't even do. What's quiet? I don't worry about the kids around here. It's adults that scare the fire out of me. People do stupid stuff. I look at adults sometimes and say, what were you thinking about your kids? Did you even have them in mind when you made these decisions and when you did these acts? I have no idea what it does to the heart of a little boy or a little girl. Some little girl will go to school who might be a little bit overweight. And she'll get poked at and prodded. Come on, brother. Right. People are vicious, evil and vile, especially teenage girls. Predators who are preying on the hearts and the minds of our children. Convince them that their life's not worth living. Well, that's all right. If you're a child of God, that is a straight up lie. And if you're not, you can be before you leave here tonight. Paul said, I think myself happy. Again, let me ask you the question. Are you happy? Being in church won't make you happy. You can come to church 7 days a week, won't make you happy. Adults, listen to me. You can go buy the most expensive car on the lot. It won't make you happy. Been there, done that. Got a t-shirt. It don't make you happy. You can get a new boat. Don't make you happy. You get a brand new horse trailer. Catch Brother Chris. It won't make you happy. Make you broke. Amen. New clothes, ladies. That won't make you happy. Another pair of shoes will not make you happy. Well, if we just made $1 more an hour, it wouldn't make you happy. Wouldn't make much difference either. Paul said, I think myself happy. I got to get through this, and I want to show you. He goes on and explains to Agrippa why he's happy. Had a man tell me in my face. It's been, maybe 2 years ago, might have been 3. I'm talking about a man who's well-to-do. Anything he wants. This is what he said. He said, I can have anything I want. Anything. Nothing's beyond my reach. He said, but yet I'm not as happy as you are. I thought, man, never heard nobody say something like that to me. And I said, you know what? It's just the Lord. He said, I knew you were going to say that. And deep down in my heart, I think that's the reason he asked. Because he wanted to hear that there is an answer that is beyond his money, and that is beyond his money, but not beyond his reach.
Amen. Amen. Yes, Lord.
One of these days, maybe I'll get to see that fellow get saved.
Amen.
Paul said, look at verse number 4 with me. He said, my manner of life from my youth, which is at the first among mine own nation at Jerusalem, now all the Jews, which knew me from the beginning, if they would testify that after the most straightest sect of our religion I lived a Pharisee. And now I stand and am judged for the hope of the promise made of God unto our fathers. Now listen, I'm going to tell you one reason that Paul could say, Agrippa, I think myself happy. Paul is in control of his past. He said again, Paul is in control of his past. Everybody, I don't care who you are, how godly you are, how clean you live, just about everybody got some kind of baggage. I cannot stand to get around a bunch of judgmental Christians who look down their nose at everybody and think and you think, well, bless God, I never did that. Yeah, but what did you do? You ain't no better than nobody else. If you're that better than you kind of Christian, you're in the wrong kind of church.
Amen.
Paul at one place even said, I'm the chiefest among sinners. Paul was able to be honest. In chapter number 7 of Romans, he said, I know that within me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. But Paul tells Agrippa right here, hey, I got a past.
Yeah.
Now here's the deal. That's what it is.
Amen.
It's a past. He is able to separate his past from his present. Are y'all okay with that?
Amen.
Paul says that's what I was, but not anymore.
That's right.
I get a little worried about some people who live in the past.
Amen, God.
They live in the past. They dwell on the past. Let me tell you something. You can't do anything about yesterday. I'm not talking about a past 30 years ago. I'm talking about yesterday. That's as much past as 20 years ago. But people live in the past when we got a future ahead of us. Do not let what you did in the past control where you go tomorrow. You can't change your past, but you can control it instead of allowing it to control you. Here's the problem I see with a lot of people. They can't get over it.
That's right.
They can't get over it. Brother Jack, you would not believe how many preachers that God has sent by here. I mean, maybe just for a short time. Even some stayed a while. But you wouldn't believe how many have come by and was able to get some help. Because they've been in a church and under some leadership where they were convinced that they were no longer usable by God. I can name some names. So I'm talking about some precious men. They take me out to eat and say, I want to join the church, but I think you need to know. My wife left me and I remarried. Why do you think I need to know that? Well, because God's had to put me on the shelf. I can't be used anymore.
That doesn't me, I'll tell you.
Amen. You could, but
Yes, sir. Amen.
I told one fellow, we went out to eat on a Sunday, and he told me that very thing. He said, I used to preach, but now I'm disqualified, and blah, blah, blah. I said, what are you doing? What are you doing Wednesday? He said, why? I said, can you come preach chapel at school? Tears started rolling down his face. He said, you mean you really used me? I said, the Lord uses me, don't he? I mean, I just got one wife, the only one I ever had. Only one I ever planned to have. But if God used me, He can use that divorce man. Are we okay? Listen, sometimes we come and we ask God to forgive us of things that we've done, and God does forgive us, and thank God for that blood that washes all our sin away. Hey, but we got to get to a place where we forgive us. Quit letting your past control you. Let me tell you something. We quote this verse all the time. Proverbs said, "The just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again." Now listen, when you mess up, you may have to back off for a minute. Get your heart where it ought to be. Get your sin confessed. I said back off for a minute. I don't mean you quit. Are y'all listening? There ain't a highfalutin, stuck-up Christian in this building that ain't messed up. Not one. It's bad enough that everybody else wants to point a finger at you. Quit pointing one at yourself. Learn to control your past and quit letting your past control you. Thank God, Brother Charles, I'm on the winning side. I've made the mistakes, but you know what? He's forgiven me. And if God can forgive me, I think I can forgive me. And I can get up, and I can carry on, and I can live for the Lord Jesus Christ. And if I'm not come in like I got the mully grub, and like my mother-in-law just moved in, I put a smile on my face and say, you know what? I thank myself. Amen. Devil would take that situation and blow it up 10 times bigger than what it really is. Suck the life out of you.
Help me, Lord.
A controlled past. He's got his past under control. Sometimes we make too big a deal about what we were. If we're going to do anything with our past, look back at it and rejoice. And thank God you're not there anymore. Amen. Still okay? Let's read down in the Scripture a little bit. I may preach longer than I thought it was. You should look at verse number 28. Verse number 28. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, almost thou persuadest me to be a Christian. Now watch what Paul said. And Paul said, I would to God that not only thou, but also all that hear me this day were both, almost, and altogether such as I am, except these bonds. Agrippa said to Paul, I'm close, but I'm not there. Agrippa was like the man who raised his hand on Sunday morning and said, I don't know if I died today, heaven would be my home. He came that close, admitting his need, and walked out the door. Amen. That's where this king is. Amen. Paul ain't dealing with a drunk on the street. He's talking to the king. Yeah. And the king said, almost you persuaded me. Yes, sir. And Paul said, hey man, I'm not only you, but my desire is that everybody that hears me be like I am. Amen. Except for these handcuffs. Yeah. I just like the way he throwed that in. Except for these, you can do something about these. You know what he said? Not only have I got my past under control, a controlled past, but I've got a concrete pardon. I've got a concrete pardon. You know what a pardon is? That means you've been set free. That means nothing have dominion over you other than the Lord. Amen? Amen. That means nothing should ruin or rule your life. Amen. I ain't talking about this Joel Osteen bunch of mess making your own destiny, you bigger, better self. No, you're rotten to the core. All of us are. Amen. But thank God I have a concrete pardon. Pardon means not only forgiven, but forgotten. That's right. Not only forgiven, Brother Charles, but forgotten. It's over. Lord, give us the ability to forgive like that? You ever heard anybody say, you know what, Mikey, I'll forgive you, but I won't never forget what you did? I don't think that's real forgiveness.
That's right. You're right.
I don't think real forgiveness ever brings it up again. How many of you husbands got guts enough to say amen right here? Does your wife like to remind you every now and then something you did a long time ago?
Amen.
Bunch of gutless ones. You know, not one time with a sin that I've committed has the Lord ever come. The Holy Spirit said,
Amen.
you remember what you did? You remember what I had to stoop so low to forgive you for?
Yeah.
The Lord's never done that to me one single time. Why? Because He's saying when we're bragging about our past, He's singing that old song in heaven. What sins are you talking about? I don't remember them anymore. Thank God in the book of life. My.
Amen.
Are you happy?
Amen.
Where are your sins? Where are your sins? I like what old brother, what's it? Brother Eric Brown said in this pulpit. He said, everybody wants to know, where are my sins at? He said, I don't care. I don't care where they are. They're gone. That's good enough for me. And I got a concrete part. I'm forgiven. I might have a bad day tomorrow. I might struggle a little bit. And so might you. But that shouldn't be the norm in our life.
That's right. That's right.
I've been in church all my life since I was 4 years old. I'm talking about faithful. I don't know how many times I've heard people get up and testify and whine. In church. Man, I hate that.
Me too.
Hush! We all got problems. We all got to bring them to God's house and brag about them.
That's right.
We're to brag about what's good. Put it in the scales, man. Your sins are gone. Your sins are gone. You passed. It's forever. History is gone. You got a concrete pardon. It'll never be brought up again.
Praise the Lord.
I believe you stood before God the Father tonight. You closed your eyes in death and you said, boy, I sure appreciate you forgiving me for that thing I did. But what thing? I don't know what you're talking about. You lost your mind. You ever wonder if the Lord don't sit in heaven and listen to two old friends get together and reminisce about the good old days?
Yeah.
Why they call that the good old days? It was a bad old day.
Yeah.
Right.
Reminisce about how they used to party and all this kind of stuff. You ever wonder if the Lord's just going, what are y'all talking? Thank God, Brother Charles, I got a concrete heart. That means it's solid. It's secure. I've been forgiven. It's been forgotten. So now I can rejoice even in the face of difficulty and hard time when the Lord or the devil would like to take the joy and the happiness out of my life, and I can really examine myself and say, wait a minute, whoa. I've got a controlled past. I've got a concrete heart. I think myself pretty happy. I'm just going to heaven when I die. Amen. You had a controlled past, a concrete heart. And I want you to notice this, verse number 22, back up there just a little bit. He had a committed position. He had a committed position. He said, having therefore obtained help of God, I continue unto this day, witnessing both the small and great, saying none other things than those things which the prophets and Moses did say should come. He's pleading his case here to King Agrippa. And in pleading his case, he's preaching to him. And nearly leads him to the Lord. And here's what he said. He said, having obtained help from God, he said, I continue unto this day. Doing what? Witnessing. That was his position. Brother Jack was talking about soul winners a while ago. When churches used to be soul winning. That's what they used to call them, soul winning churches. Well, some churches don't care. Amen. Wonder how many tracks you left laying around. I ain't talking about the parade yesterday. I'm talking about since the track missionary was here just a few weeks ago. Wonder how many opportunities we blew to be a witness for Christ. Amen. You know what? You never know real happiness till you find yourself in the will of God, doing what God's will is for your life. And when we're talking about God's will, it's God's will that all of us share the gospel. It's God's will that we all be a witness. Amen. He had a committed position. Only way to stay happy is to stay committed to Him. Paul said, I'm going to continue to witness, small and great. I don't care who they are. I'm going to tell them about the Lord. Man, that was a good attitude to have, Brother Jeff. I don't care who, I'm just going to tell them about the Lord. Are you committed? You start losing your joy and your happiness when you get wishy-washy. In and out, on and off, up and down, like yo-yo. Amen. We would commit ourselves. I don't mean to a hospital. I mean to the Lord. We ought to commit ourselves. There might be somebody tonight, you once committed yourself, but you kind of turned back on it. Like Brother Keith was talking about. Maybe it'd be a good time to recommit. I asked a young man one day, standing in my driveway, who was contemplating suicide. I said, "Are you saved?" He said, "I am." He was asking a question: if a Christian took his own life, would he go to hell? That's how serious he was. And I had a long conversation with him. I asked him this question. I'm done. I said, "Tell me something. When were you happy? When were you truly happy?" He said, "The happiest days of my life was when I was singing in that youth choir, serving the Lord." Sin never brings joy. It always brings sorrow. It hurt. And I said, "You know what? You're not that far from where you were." He said, "Oh, I've gone way far." I said, "The arm of the Lord is not too short." You can't get far. He'd give you your happiness back if you want it. You can have yours back tonight if you want it. Some of the circumstances of life may not change. You can't change people. You ever figured that out? God changes people. I'm tired of women coming to church, getting right with God, and their husband ain't all the way there, and they think their job is to change them. You ain't changing them. I've seen it happen the other way, where the man got right with God, and the woman wasn't coming along, and the man preaching about, you can't change that. All you can do is live in front of them. That's right. Some people just face it. They ain't never going to change. Unless somehow the Lord just gets over their heart. It's what changed you. It's what changed me. I think myself happy. Are you happy tonight? If not, why? If not, why? You got to control the battle. That's what it is. It's power. Got a concrete part of your sins and gone. Never be gone.
Amen.
Is your position committed? I'm committed to my position. You know what is your position? In Christ. In Christ. And for those three reasons tonight, I can say, I think it's so happy. Let's stand. Miss Janice, why don't y'all come? Ashley and Bill, somebody. I don't even know how to give the altar call tonight, except to say this. You know where your joy is? Right where you live.
Yeah.
Please don't let other people dictate whether or not you're happy. Don't let other people rob you of your joy and your happiness. That's just what the devil would like to do. Amen. Let's pray. Father, as we come to you this evening, Lord, we thank you, God, for a good day. Lord, thank you for the time spent with the children today. That was just such a blessing. Thank you for allowing us to do that. Lord, I'm glad that we can leave here tonight with some happiness in our heart and a spring in our step, God. We don't have to live under the thumb of sin and under the thumb of the devil. Lord, you have your way in this altar call tonight. You know who the message is for tonight. Father, I pray you help me. In Jesus' name, amen. God, lay with your hearts. Come on. Tell you what makes it such a blessing. Being saved doesn't guarantee us a trouble-free life. Doesn't guarantee that we're not going to get down and struggle. I'll tell you what it does guarantee. You don't have to stay that way. Amen. Like Brother Keith talking about backsliding. Oh man, I've done it. Haven't you? I've gotten away from God. But you don't have to stay that way. He'll take you back and take you back and take you back. Hallelujah. Thanks God. Appreciate you being in church tonight. Brother Jack, love you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. Amen. It's good to see you. My dad told me he's coming. I said, he ain't coming. He said, yeah, he said he's coming. I said, no, he won't. He ain't coming. It got to be about 6:30. I looked down at my car. I said, I told you, he ain't coming. about 5 minutes later, Martin, you know, I said, Michael, he came. Amen. Love you, Brother Jack. Enjoyed that singing. Appreciate the testimony. Amen. Yes. I got church. Quick Sunday school meeting in Brother Charles' Sunday school class. All the Sunday school teachers need to meet with Brother Philip just for a minute. Amen. Ooh, praise the Lord. All right, let's bow our heads. We're going to be dismissed before I die. Brother David, I need to see you, please. Come this way. Let's bow our heads all over the house. Brother Dylan, you pray with us, sister.